We take places. The Nozze di Figaro has been produced multiple times, I think close to 10 over the existence of the school. It's one of the greatest operas that's ever been written, and I think what's important is to uphold that tradition somehow in the production. For us, the important part is to take that piece and give it life in a way that will allow it to be accessible to a modern audience.
There's a famous saying that your own time is when you learn your part, and then rehearsals when you learn everybody else's part. You know that there is such a history surrounding what you're doing. And you don't want to come up short, but at the end of the day, nobody really cares about that when they're watching. They want you to tell a story.
As a performance art, opera is one of the most complex live performance experiences. Eastman Opera Theatre has a production team that designs all the shows.
It goes the other way, that it goes out first and then in.
Right.
One thing that Eastman gives is the chance to have that full collaboration, that communion from the very beginning.
As set designer, my first job is to figure out the plan, usually, where various elements are going to be placed within a scene. You're creating this own special world for this particular play or show. I'm just trying to make it look not so brand new, but we still want it to be pretty because the music is so pretty.
The most important part of learning a role, I think, is the text. And it can be very tempting when you jump into a lengthy role and you say, oh, I don't have a lot of time to do this, I really have to just do words and music together. And it gets you into a lot of trouble if you do it that way. Every undergraduate student at Eastman takes a full year of Italian, French, and German. The missing pieces, a lot of that comes through coaching, through getting to work with the maestro, and you have to then make the words feel as if they're your own.
We started loading at 9. We got all the electrics in and the carpenter pieces that we did have on our truck, and we pretty much hope to be done around 2 or 3 this afternoon, and then start up again tomorrow.
On the deck, the 4th electric is coming in.
Right now we're hanging the 7th and 5th electrics. We're also laying the floor for the production. Hopefully this afternoon we'll be putting up the proscenium and the title screen also.
There's a lot of lights in the show. These strip lights will light down onto a backdrop that'll be upstage here. And there'll be another set on the floor right in front of them, creating the look of the opera.
I got into music theater when I was like 5 years old. My parents are both musicians, they're instrumental professors, so music has been ingrained entirely. And I grew up watching operas. To be in this show is kind of terrifying. You worry that you're somehow not going to do it justice. But it's really exciting to actually get to be a part of the story and to perform these works that everyone knows.
We are on stage with the costumes, and they have tried them on, we fit them. Sometimes we tweak different things. You're just a little tight altogether? Okay. How's that feel? Good. Good? You can breathe? Mm-hmm. People have multiple looks and they have quick changes. So it gets a little crazy, especially because they're period costumes, so they need help putting them on. So it gets a little bit crazy when we have a limited time and only a few hands to go around.
It's a lot of fun. We really feel in the moment, especially once you add the sets and the orchestra. That guy has talks of like a crazy Beethoven way, because I'm more of a goofy character.
Let's see what we have here. I think we found a winner.
Absolutely.
It's a magical moment when you see everything that you've been working on for a period of time eventually take the stage in front of a live audience.
I think that's one of the most important factors of opera, is that it takes that connection of story and human emotion and puts it at such a high level, because then you also put this undercurrent of music, which is always proclaimed as the universal language, because it is.
Mozart was the equivalent of a rock star back during his day. And if you enjoy good music, then you will venture out and understand how maybe a different style is somehow related to a style that you might be familiar with.
You're never really out there alone. You are trying to give energy to people so that they can bring out the best in themselves. They're going to be doing the same thing for you, and the combination of everybody trying to up everyone's game is going to ultimately make the production better.
There's really no way I can describe how it feels when you're on stage. It's like this weird mixture of reality, in which you know this is a show, and then this fantasy world that you have to live in order to tell a true story and still make the audience feel connected to you.
What I think's the universal element is the kind of care of the human condition that someone in the audience discovers within the piece. That's why shows like The Marriage of Figaro survive for 230 years.